There are moments when the sky looks completely ordinary, until something appears that shouldn't be there. A distant shape above a mountain. A strange object moving across a camera frame. A bright point of light captured from hundreds of miles above the earth. For a few seconds, the evidence seems almost impossible to explain. But what are we actually looking at? And perhaps more importantly, what are we not seeing? The mystery begins with an object recorded against the backdrop of a rugged mountain landscape. At first glance, it appears strangely simple. No visible wings, no obvious engine, no clear exhaust trail. Just a dark, elongated shape moving through the sky. For anyone watching, the natural reaction is to ask the biggest question first. Could this be something unknown? But investigators have to begin somewhere else. Not with the extraordinary, but with the ordinary. Objects in the sky can be surprisingly difficult to identify. Distance can distort their apparent size. Atmospheric conditions can change their appearance. Camera lenses can create reflections, motion artifacts, and strange shapes. And without reliable information about altitude, speed, distance, and direction, even a perfectly real object can become almost impossible to identify from a single image. That is why one piece of footage rarely tells the whole story. The real question is not simply, what does it look like? The real question is, what can the evidence actually prove? Then the investigation takes us to Mexico. The massive Popocatepetl volcano has been watched by cameras for years. Its enormous plume, changing weather conditions, and constantly shifting atmosphere create a natural laboratory for unusual observations. And occasionally, something appears near the volcano that captures the attention of observers around the world. A small object. A brief movement. Something that seems completely out of place against the mountain. To some viewers, the footage looks extraordinary. To a careful investigator, however, it raises an even more important question. Is the object really moving the way it appears to move? Human perception is incredibly good at finding patterns. Sometimes, too good. When an object is distant, the background may move while the object appears stationary. A camera can zoom, shake, or automatically adjust its exposure. Clouds can change shape. Perspective can create the illusion of impossible speed. And when we already expect to see something mysterious, our minds can fill in the missing information. None of this proves that every unexplained sighting has an ordinary explanation. It simply means that unexplained does not automatically mean extraterrestrial. And then there are observations made from above the earth. Cameras operating in space give us a perspective that few people ever experience. Below them, an entire planet stretches across the frame. Above it, almost absolute darkness. Occasionally, an unexplained light or object appears against that enormous backdrop. Without proper context, it can look extraordinary. But space itself creates difficult conditions for observation. Reflections, camera artifacts, satellites, debris, and objects much closer to the camera than they appear. So after all the footage, after the mountains, the volcanoes, the night skies, and the cameras watching from space, we are left with a question that is much harder than it first appears. What exactly did these cameras capture? Maybe the answer is something completely ordinary, hidden by distance, perspective, or technology. Maybe one day, better data will finally reveal what these images really show. Or maybe some cases will remain unexplained. But that is the heart of the mystery. We don't have to claim that these objects are alien. We don't have to pretend that every strange light is extraordinary. We simply have to look at the evidence, ask better questions, and remain willing to say the one answer science sometimes demands: we don't know yet.